Oh, Yanga, my babe, ziyakukhalela ngoku. And you have definitely forgotten that you were thanking him for being gentle. Anyway, I do sympathize with Yanga, especially because she says she does not remember what happened, She feels like it was blocked out. She does not remember much. And she insists that really nothing happened beyond a kiss. And honestly, I do believe her, And even Udabs suggests that Yanga could have been drugged on that day. But also when you look at Somala, you're like, does he have it in him to drug someone, Like, it's not really convincing that he have it in him to drug someone. But when Yanga says, listen, I am innocent, I did not do this, I honestly do believe Yanga. But yeah, it seems like right now, this is not Yanga's year. It's definitely not Yanga's year. She has been nothing but a problematic child. I guess it has to do with being a teenager. Firstly, she was acting up, when her parents were going through a divorce. Now, this happened on her matric dance. Now, Somala coming to Yanga's house to explain her side of the story was kind of foolish of him, I must say. I give him stupidity, foolishness. Because I'm like, baby, why would you do that? Why would you come to Yanga's house to explain? What are you explaining exactly? But it does seem like Brother Justice will not take it easy as soon as he finds out that his son was given some feast, by the Mabantla family. So I don't know if he will open the case, but something in me tells me that Brother Justice will most likely open the case because Hlazi being Hlazi, he will also fight with Brother Justice and be like, hey, now kwakho andikoyiki sana. We all know how Hlazi is. Sana, I feel sorry for Yanga, like I really do. We all know how it feels like to be a teenager, especially when you turn 18 and it's a matric dance. You finally feel like, oh, I'm an adult. I've been waiting to be an adult my whole life. So honestly, I understand that Yanga made a mistake and probably trusted wrong people. It happens when you are young, it really does happen. But I really, really do feel sorry for the hard time that she is getting from her parents, Yanga, and everybody else, I must say that I am very grateful that I'm not from a Mabantla family or a family that is like the Mabantlas. Listen, if something happened, your parents should discuss it with you, not the Mabantlas. They will always call a family meeting on you. Your auntie will be there. Your uncle will be there. Your grandmother, like everyone will be there. Like that's just so embarrassing on its own. But yeah, I am like, oh, you guys are giving Yanga a hard time. At this point, she really does need a huge hug. And someone who will say, you know what, I was once young myself and I know how easily teenagers can make stupid mistakes. And sometimes they do make a mistake that just cost you your life, but that's just part of being a teenager. So, yeah, Uyanga does insist, though, that nothing happened between her and the boy. Nothing escalated further than just a kiss. And, yeah, guys, according to the world that we are living in today, AI and everything, the technology is too advanced. There is a huge possibility that the video was manipulated to look a certain way. And this is what Yanga is saying. Of course, the Mabantlas are not really convinced. They're like, yeah, Kawe, we don't really trust you. Hey, you could be sticking up with Uyanga because we have heard Yanga's confession. Yanga does confess that she invited the boy inside the house and they further on went into her room. Now, to make even matters worse, the same boy Somala who's being accused of taking this video and trying to embarrass Uyanga, shows up in the Mabandla family. It does seems like Hlati will lose it and attack the boy. And it does look like Justice, Brother Justice Gesana, Tumega's old boyfriend, will show up and try to defend his son, or rather his son, Usomala, and be like, hey, son Hlati, how dare you lay your hands on my son? How dare you, you know? And I don't know how will the Mabandlas find the solution, but I guess we have to stick around and see this week really what happened. Yanga was Yanga drugged, because that could be a huge possibility as well, that Yanga was drugged. Now, it's never too late for anything in life. And that's a huge lesson that Azande is about to give us this week on Inimba. So Azande has finally taken a decision to be like, you know what, I'm done with you all always mocking me. Ukba Antiona indonda ngalokhu. I have finally taken this wise, crucial decision to say, you know what, I want to become a man. And according to the Xhosa customs, the only way you become a man in Xhosa is by going to the initiating school. And listen, when I tell you that Azande was like, initiating school is where I'm going, he was like, initiating school is where I'm going. So proud of Azande Kesana. This is a huge, big lesson that really it's never too late for anything in life, okay? It really does not matter at what age do you do whatever that you are doing, okay? As long as you're doing it, you know, as long as you are improving yourself and by doing something. So yeah, guys, we'll also see a bit of Zondo drama. I must say that Zondo drama is always cold to me. Give me the Mabandla drama any day, any hour. You know, I am here for the Mabandla drama. But yeah, the Zondos will be having a bit of their own drama, father and son drama. It does seem like Mr. Zondo will not be getting along with his son. I mean, they've not been getting along for the longest time. That's why I'm saying, yeah, this drama is just going to be cold. And that's that. Yo, hi, Utomega never seems to amaze me. Now she is jealous that Hlati is trying to build a small relationship with baby Bavumile, and you can tell that she wants that for herself. Listen, Tumega will go ahead and tell this man that they should try for a child, and this comes after she saw pictures of Hlati with a baby Bavumile. This woman's jealousy, like, I can't even call her jealousy right now. I just want to call her Delulu, because that's exactly what she is. Now, one thing that is coming up on Nimba this week, it is Yanga's matric dance. Listen, when I tell you that Yanga ate with that dress, Yanga ate. But it is said that, of course, there will be drama in Yanga's matric dance. Sana, I like the fact that Hlati went out of his way trying to provide all that Yanga needs for her matric dance and make it special for her. Oh man, I was like, okay, Hlati, I see you now, okay? Stopping to put your ego first and putting your children's needs first. That is first, okay? But yeah, it is said that there will be big drama in Yanga's matric dance. We also will see Lwandle coming back to Inimba. It seems like he has been released from prison. Mawethu ain't playing Kesana. He is negotiating partner within the Zondo Technologies. I'm like, you go Mawethu, okay? Go after what you know you deserve. Oh, Mara, the Mabandlas, they really have a way of getting under my skin. No. Because tell me why each and every time when I see them, I'm just annoyed. Hlati and his brother. So, Zethu finally agrees that, you know what, the damages should be paid. they show up and they're like, you know what, we are happy to come and pay the damages, and this whole thing is not gonna reduce value from Zethu, it's just our customs. Fine. And they go and say, you know what, we are not just willing to pay damages, we are also ready to pay lobolo for the child because we really want the child to use the Mabandla surname. You know what, I am so happy that Zethu stood on business. I was like, stand on business, babe. She was like, no, that's not happening. The baby is mine. Because what do you mean? You think Zethu is just a baby machine, baby maker? She's gonna go through 9 months of carrying a baby and never even get to raise that baby as her own child because now everything is all about the Mabandlas. I was just like, Zethu, I'm here for you, baby girl. Please stand on business. And I was so proud of her. She was like, that ain't gonna happen, okay? But I do see another problem coming whereby Uxolani will be asking to marry Zethu because he has expressed that he really likes Zethu and he really wants to be in Zethu's life. Uthandeka and Thumega's relationship, honestly, the way that it's getting ruined, it is definitely worrying me. I'm not gonna lie. They used to be besties, but Uthandeka really tries to put herself down and respect her son's feelings to say, listen, my son has expressed that he cares and he loves Zethu so much. He would want to be part of Zethu and the child's life. And if it means that he would pay lobola, so be it. And Uthandeka, like, one day Zethu will be my daughter-in-law, and one day Zethu's child will be my grandchild. Listen, that does not sit well with Utumega. But I'm just like, they are all in one family. It does not matter whose grandchild it is. At the end of the day, it is their grandchild, and that child should be loved accordingly. Like, why should it matter? It's whose grandchild, it's not, you get, like, why should it matter? Why should it matter? But unfortunately, it does. It does. For some reason, it matters. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm over Utumega. I feel like Uthandeka tried her best, but Utumega and her ego. And shame that they're still going to be disappointed a lot because I do feel like Uxolani at some point will have no choice but to support his son Uxolani, and shame Mandla Uklati will be disappointed a lot. Osana Zethu meant a business when she said she does not understand the damages because as soon as her mom Figile insisted, Zethu was like, listen, bye, I'm out of your house, and she went straight to Xolani. Now Zethu is in a bad condition as she is just recovering from her C-section, so of course she collapsed on Xolani's house. And luckily, Uthandeka is there to help out. Such a good woman, Matans, honestly speaking. And I feel like Zethu not being heard in this whole situation, it's so unfair. Hlati and Uxolani, they are thinking about it in their way that will be beneficiary towards them, forgetting that Zethu is a whole human being who have emotions, and she should be allowed to express her emotions as well. But as soon as Ufigile was like, okay, we're not gonna talk about just in Tlaulo only. We have to also talk about the fact that Ulinkamva died while he has promised marriage to Zethu. We have to talk about that as well. I did saw Hlati's facial expression being a bit uncomfortable. And yeah, I don't know what was Figile's intentions as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am also like a bit uncomfortable with the question. I'm just like, Figile, what is your intentions? But I am assuming Uguti, Uxolani will be the one to honor that wish, If they are paying a whole lobola for Zethu, at least it should be for Uxolani. Like, I don't know. Luckily, Zethu does not mind to the idea of getting married towards Uxolani. So I don't know if Uthandeka and Uxolani will be able to explain Zethu, because Zethu is really having a hard time to understand damages or the importance of damages. So I'm thinking Zethu and Thandeka will, not Zethu, rather, Xolani and Thandeka will try to explain to her. But also, if she honestly does not want it, she does not want it. She just wants to raise her child in peace, and she should be allowed to do so. Zethu have made one of the most difficult decisions, which is to keep the baby, even though it imposes danger upon her life. Now, it is said that Zethu needs a critical surgery so that she would be able to carry the baby to full term. Now, the families have been fighting. The families have been on each other's throats fighting. Hlati and Thumeka offered to pay for the surgery, but Zethu is like, no, okay? Not when you are disrespecting my mom, okay? You are very much disrespectful. That's not how I will accept your help from you guys, because Zethu also feels like, should she allow the Mabandlas to help her, later on they will claim the baby. They will claim that the baby is theirs simply because they paid for the surgery. Now, what I like about Zethu is that she can respectfully disagree with her mom, with her mom's parenting style. Like, her mom have given Zethu so many responsibilities, including taking care of her sister's children. But Zethu will not allow anyone to disrespect her mom. You know, even though her and her mom are not in good terms, she's like, I'm not going to allow the Mabandlas to disrespect my mom. I respect that about Zethu. Now, Lazarus came to Hlati's house to offer to pay for the surgery. I do feel like Lazarus was overstepping. I feel like Hlati was definitely right, even though Hlati's reasons were a bit off, because Hlati end up using the Bavumile also case that, hey, Lazarus, you remember that you took my son from me? You also acted like you are Linkamva's father. Now this, no, I don't need your help. I do feel like Lazarus overstepped a bit. You are sometimes, allow people to come to you when they need help, especially to come to you and say, hey, listen, I need help. To go to someone and offer help without them asking, especially when you know that you and those people are not in good terms, it is a bit overstepping, okay? I feel like, yeah, Lazarus did overstep just a little bit. But at the end of the day, this was not about Hlati. It's not about Hlati. It's not about how Hlati feels towards Lazarus. It is about Zethu. Zethu needs the surgery, and it does not matter where help comes from. So I don't know, guys. I do think because Zethu did rejected the Mabandla's help, and be like, no, we don't need help from you guys. I do, however, feel like Lazarus will end up saving the day. One thing about Lazarus, he is the savior of the day. I don't know, how do you all feel, okay? Do you all feel like Lazarus will step in and save the day? I definitely feel like if there is one person who will step in and save the day, it is Lazarus. Zethu absolutely deserves this. Can we also talk about Xolani Sana? He is ready to step in and be a stepdad. And he's like, listen, this is not, it's not something awkward. It's something that we do within this family. In this family, we help one another. In this family, we have one another's back all the time. And yes, I will step in because Linkamva is not here anymore, and I do care about Zethu so much. Not even Xolani trying to come up with imali. I'm just like, Xolani, you are failing to come up with funds for this surgery, but you are ready for a stepfather role. I don't know, quite questionable, Kasana. But yeah, cute Xolani, I must say, very cute. Sana, every day Thumeka proves to us that she does not deserve our sympathy. Like, I can't believe that at one point in season 1, I was feeling sorry for Thumeka. So Friday, when they were told that Zethu might have to terminate the pregnancy just so that she can save her own life, not Thumeka, like, she clearly shows that the only thing she is concerned about as the child that Zethu is carrying, because it's one thing in this world that can get her close to Linkamva again. She does not care about Zethu's feelings. She has not made any attempt whatsoever to try to care for Zethu. She only cares for herself. Now, I do